We know the date that you fell down the stairs. What I'm asking for is, what was the date that you knew that your baby was dead?
I told you before. I found out that I lost the baby the night of the fall.
You lost your baby the night of the party?
Yes.
Even though Dr. Levine testified that he told you before the party that the fetus was non-viable?
Aren't you listening to anything that I said? I said before that I didn't hear him.
You didn't hear Dr. Levine when he told you the fetus was dead? That your little baby was no longer alive?
No. I was beside myself. I guess I didn't.
Either you did or you didn't, Mrs. Lewis.
I didn't, okay? I was just too upset to hear anything that Dr. Levine said.
So you went to see Dr. Levine because there was a problem with the pregnancy, and yet you failed to understand the outcome of your doctor's appointment?
Yes. Ross, come on. Haven't you ever been so stressed out that you don't even know what's going on around you? My husband was leaving me. He was taking away Mara and Shane. I couldn't listen to anything that he was saying. I just wanted him to make everything okay, and I thought he did that.
So you thought everything was okay with your 5.5-month-old fetus?
Ross, what are you doing? Don't you understand?
No, I don't, Mrs. Lewis. And I need you to help me. Please help all of us to understand. Mrs. Lewis, there are facts in this case that only you can clear up. Now, you said that you did not hear or you didn't comprehend when Dr. Levine told you that your baby was dead.
That's right.
Are you saying that it happened so quickly, it was so confusing, you didn't have time to assimilate the truth?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But that doesn't fit with Dr. Levine's testimony. Dr. Levine testified that he told you, quote, "I'm sorry your baby is dead," unquote.
Well, if he said that, I didn't hear him. I guess I was busy doing something else.
What else could you possibly have been doing in that examination?
Ross, you know what? I mean, I guess my mind was somewhere else.
Mrs. Lewis, I have to wonder, even with a temporary loss of attention, how is that possible? Perhaps, Mrs. Lewis, you simply didn't want to hear.
I didn't know that my baby was dead.
But Dr. Levine testified that you responded. You responded with this phrase. Quote, "So it's over," unquote. That's what you said, Mrs. Lewis. So it's over, meaning the life of that child was over. But you meant more than that, didn't you?
What do you mean?
At that moment, you thought that your marriage was over because you had lost the one thing that would bind your husband to you, that child. And you knew that you would never have children with Josh Lewis because he was leaving you for Reva Shane.
No, that's not true.
And you knew even that child was not Josh's because that child was conceived when your friend, Fran Richkin, agreed to artificially inseminate.
No, that is not true. I told you that Fran Richkin lied. She lied on the stand.
And you tried to use this non-viable fetus to try and make it look like Reva Shane pushed you down the stairs, killing your unborn child. One last desperate attempt to keep Josh Lewis away from Reva Shane forever.
No.
And you took that opportunity, didn't you, Mrs. Lewis?
No, I didn't. Ross, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be my lawyer. You're supposed to be on my side. Damn it, Ross, what are you doing? You're supposed to be working for me.
I do not work for you, Mrs. Lewis. I'm the people's attorney. And my only job is to get at the truth.
I don't have to take this, see? You know why? Because I didn't do anything wrong. I am not on trial here. She is. That is the woman that you should be prosecuting, Ross. Reva Shane.
Order. Quiet.
Mr. Marther, if you're going to continue with this line of questioning, I'm going to have to appoint an attorney for Mrs.
No, I don't need an attorney. You know why? Because I didn't do anything wrong.
Your Honor, Mrs. Lewis, not 10 minutes ago, pleaded with me to put her back on the stand so she could testify again.
He is right.
Look, somebody has to set the record straight. There's a lot of lying going around here.
Yes, I agree with you, Mrs. Lewis, a lot of lying, but you said that you could make everybody in this courtroom understand exactly what happened the night of May 1st, 1997, and that's all I'm asking you to do.
But I told you what happened. You were twisting my words around.
If you feel that way, I apologize. I'm just trying to get at the truth.
But I have told you the truth, Ross. How many times do I have to tell you?
Part of the truth, Mrs. Lewis. Now, Reva Shane was accused of murdering a child that we now know beyond a shadow of a doubt was already dead. That charge has been rendered meaningless. But she is still accused of attempting to murder you. That was my contention as prosecutor, that Miss Shane acted in a fit of rage.
Yes.
But now my question is, wasn't it you who had rage boiling in her that night?
No.
Reva Shane was not the woman whose husband was going to leave her. Reva Shane was not the woman who had just lost a child. Reva Shane had the man that she loved, that man sitting right next to her, Josh Lewis. And Josh Lewis never intended to leave Reva Shane, and she was so confident of that. And that filled you with such hate and such rage that you staged this fall to make it look like Reva Shane pushed you down those stairs and killed your unborn child. Isn't that true?
The whole room of people saw that woman push me down the stairs. That's what happened. And none of this proves otherwise. You said so yourself, Ross.